Hey guys, what's going on? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to my channel. Time is just half an hour past midnight. I'm doing two videos. One is down, second one is this. So I thought of like what do I want to do? 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 I want to talk about Paco Rabanne Invictus. It's been a while since I talked about Invictus because I got one new fragrance, which is the Parfum. Yeah, the Invictus Perfume. So I was thinking, like, let's just talk about from day one, whatever happened with Invictus until now, how they evolved, and what does it, you know, how does it, like, play in the market compared to other fragrances, other flankers, how are they doing? And Paco Rabanne, guys, like, you guys know this is a good, solid, popular designer house, and their fragrances are not as expensive, crazy expensive as some of the other ones, but they are still expensive. So Invictus is one of my go-to guys, like since the beginning of my journey. And I always praise Invictus. I always said how much I like it, regardless of how much hate it gets, how much height it gets. And I somehow don't really follow that. Whatever I like, it's my choice. It's like it's her choice, it's my choice. So Invictus remains as one of my favorite fragrances with a lot of memories, a lot of friends, a lot of those days when I was younger, much younger. Almost 10 years ago, I got my first Invictus. So let's talk about it. So first time when I got Invictus, Paco Rabanne Invictus, they are with these trophies, which is one of the things people hate the most. They say it's tacky, it's a trophy. What do you expect, guys? It's like childish, kitschy, and whatever. So people hated this, just like how much they hated 1 million. Same crowd, they hated Paco Rabanne's Invictus. Reason being, some people compared this, the sweetness, bubblegummy sweetness, with Invictus, which is not very mature thing for some men. But guess what? The sweet trend is on. Valentino, Paco Rabanne, Versace, Jean Paul, everybody's playing and cashing in on the sweet trend now. What does it mean? Means the sweetness won. So Invictus, I had very first bottle was a 50 ml bottle, and that was like vintage. Vintage means it used to be very potent. I used to carry that. It was a tiny little bottle. Like compared to this, it was like this much only. I used to carry it around in my car. I went driving. I went to other cities. So when you drive and you just respray in the middle of the road, like I was driving from Kuala Lumpur to Penang, and one time with my friend, and him and me, we were both like just going there for food, and we don't know, we were just lost. We were just like, hey bro, let's just take a drive. And when you take a drive, you don't actually drive 6-7 hours. You just like, you just think like, should we go for a trip? And we just like one station after another station, petrol station, then suddenly like before there's a toll plaza, and before you're on the highway. Right? So I have memories of this, fond memories. And I remember this fragrance was one of my most rich fragrance, just like Dior Sauvage, because it's very versatile. You can wear this all year round. It has an aquatic and also has a bay leaf, sort of like coumarin, this kind of a mix. It smells sweet. It smells, yes, in a way bubblegummy. I don't like that word, but it's sweet, fresh, ambery, this kind of a scent, and a little bit of a freshness is provided for summer. So this fragrance is very strong, projects well. That's why people like it. And back in the days, it used to be not very expensive. Nowadays, Invictus line, it's gone up like 120, 100, like 100, $120 for 200 ml. Okay, so no, 200 ml is $120. 100 ml is like $85, like that. So it's still not cheap, but it's cheaper than some of the other ones. But this is what Invictus means. It's a dumb rich fragrance. It's a clubbing fragrance. It could be a fragrance that you wear in countries like Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia, Singapore, Brunei, where weather stays warm. This one is a good performer. Okay, you can go trigger heavy, and their triggers are means like the sprayers are here. So they spray really nicely, effortlessly. I like their sprayers. Yeah, absolutely nice, but it's fruity as well, right? So it's tropical, fruity, fresh, very nice. People compare this fragrance with Hawas, but mostly I think Hawas was take on Invictus. Hawas was made by Rasasi, given a bit more aquatic, bit more freshness compared to this, but Hawas came before Invictus Aqua, which is the next one. So first Invictus is a big hit. It sells a lot. So I think this is one of the popular ones, and also equally hated one. So second one I will talk about is Invictus Aqua. And when you see this bottle, it almost looks like the vintage 2016 bottle, isn't it? So Hawas was released in 2015 and Invictus Aqua was released in 2016. People call Hawas as a dupe of Invictus Aqua, but not really. Invictus Aqua was released after Hawas. Okay, so some of the reviewers I saw recently, they were saying that they don't know that. But it's okay, it doesn't really matter, right? But if you're reviewing, if you're a reviewer, you should get the facts. I didn't know this, someone corrected me. So this is not 2016, but I did review 2016. I had 4 or 5 bottles in my collection, and they were very, very popular in Bangladesh when they were launched. It was a limited time edition, and to this call it off, right? And they did not produce that old batch anymore. So they came up with this other blue bottle, which looks like transparent, but at the base is more like a dark blue. That was the Invictus Aqua 2018. And after 18, it was not in the market for some time. In 2024, they re-released this. And I actually would say this is not as long lasting as 2016, but it has that essence of the freshness, you know, and they added so much more mint, citrus, all these elements. It's really nice. It looks like the frosted glass. I think it's very well done. If you didn't like the ambergris or ambery feel from the Invictus Aqua, which gave you a little bit of a eggy smell that people get from Hawas or some of the other ones, this one like dilutes it so in so many ways. It's more pleasant now. Okay, I think this perfume, I go heavy on the trigger, to be honest. It does hang around for a maximum 6 hours. It's not as long lasting as the 16. 16 was a beast, but I still think Invictus Aqua is a good choice for strictly summer. Something sweet, something fresh, something oceanic, you know, citrusy, lemony, cooling, soothing. Invictus Aqua is still a good choice. Then they released, I think, Invictus Intense. I used to have that bottle. I reviewed everything almost. I did the Intense, I did the limited editions. Check out my review. I even did the Silver Cup edition, which was the special edition one. That was the vintage. So the Intense one was boozy. It was, I think maybe it had some darkness to it. It was the most mature Invictus, in my humble opinion. That iced tea, man, I had bubble tea. It's really making me suffer. So Intense one was truly compliment garner, especially mature ladies. I watch my reviews. See, I have an interesting story to share with that. I got look from a very, you know, mature lady, and then she seemed rich. Even I was with my ex that time, and she looked at me like this when I was wearing it, and I know it was me because I sprayed like madman. So that one was a great one. That was very good, but still sweet, right? So I would say that one is playing like tobacco, the leather, the booze. It played in the same level as CHP and Privé, you know, those boozy, leathery perfumes. Great fragrance. Cannot find it anymore. Then they released this one. I think chronological order, maybe I'm getting something wrong, but Invictus Legend. This stuff was built, if not Invictus Aqua, this was built for summer. This fragrance is so beautiful. It's so much more blue than other Invictus Aqua, Invictus Original, and it focused a lot on those sweet, like mineral, like, you know, it's like a more blue fragrance. Okay, so this one would be in the same family as Sauvage, Blood de Chanel, Dylan Blue, you know, those fragrances, Salvatore Ferragamo, you know, that Acqua Essenziale, you know, blue. So it's in that family, but it's not a dupe of anything. So if you really like sweet blue fragrance for 8-10 hours, this was a performer. So I always got like strong performance from this, but for some reason I lost interest in this one because I took a break from blue fragrances after a while. I got tired of Dylan Blue, all these perfumes. But this one, I have few amount of juice left, maybe a 5 ml or 7 ml left. It's still a good fragrance if you can find it. It's very hard to find now. Then I was talking about, they had, I forgot those names. They had Invictus, I forgot them, that they had a crack looking, like the bottle looked like crack bottle. And what else was there? Invictus. Let me remember the names. Yeah, the name I was trying to remember was the Onyx. I reviewed that as well. So I was looking at all my Invictus reviews. Just check out Paco Rabanne Invictus line talk or Invictus reviews. I did a lot of them. This is like the old, I did comparison between the old and new Invictus Aqua. What else was there? Oh, there was Invictus Platinum. That was a newer one. I sold it off. That was a good fragrance too. A lot of Invictuses, man. I just, so many, beautiful. Okay, so yeah, Invictus line. So the Platinum one was fresh. I remember it was maybe a bit fruity, boozy as well, but I don't have it. So there was Invictus Victory. Okay, This one, I got it from someone. I actually let it go. Maybe I'll hold it, sell it off. I don't know. Either way, but this fragrance was very strong. Something about this fragrance remind me of this one, even though it's not a chocolatey fragrance or tiramisu, but they're in the same family. This is a chocolatey fragrance for me. Chocolatey, dark leather, you know, cold weather fragrance, very strong. This fragrance is too strong. And this is the reason why I couldn't wear it. I let it go. I had 200 ml bottle. When I reviewed it, I had 200 ml. And when it came out first, the 200 ml looked so great because the V looked like vampire. Okay, I like that. And the taller bottles, I have a couple more. I'll show you how they look like. But this was fragrance didn't work for me that much, but many people liked it. Okay, and it's very powerful. If you want a powerful fragrance, get Invictus Victory. So talking about the one that I really love is this big bottle. Now these are the ones they look nicer, okay, because it's bigger. Bigger is always better. So this one you get a lot more juice, and when you buy a bigger bottle, you get better value. This is my most favorite from the whole Invictus line, from the whole line. Currently, I think this is the one that I featured the most in most of the reviews lists because this one features something blue aspect at the same time. It has vanilla. It's a tropical. It's not really coconutty, but it's like really, really pleasant. It's very pleasant. I keep this next to Le Beau, Paradise Garden, Le Beau, Le Parfum, Le Beau, and then also maybe same vein as these. Got the vanilla, tonka, mild spices, but the spices don't overtake. So it's like polo, you know, the polo red time, like sweet, fruity trend. You amp it up more and turn it into something like more vanilla, sexy fragrance. This is one of the sexiest perfumes ever, and this is literally confidence booster. If you ask me which one to get from the whole line, Invictus Elixir Victory. Okay, Victory Elixir. This is the one. It's magical with the blue base. There's another one. If you want to get, you can also get those. But honestly speaking, I think this is the best version of those. I had Phantom EDP that was good, similar to this, and also Bad Boy Cobalt Elixir, inspired by this, I believe. They're all good, but out of these three, this is the best. So Invictus, this one rocks in the winter. The last one I ever got, I reviewed it as well. They changed the bottles, okay, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna release a lot more this Parfum, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna release Invictus Absolute or something like that next, and they're gonna be much darker take on these bottles. This is a hybrid of a few Invictuses, okay, Invictus Original, Invictus Legend, the blue one, and a little bit of the Invictus Elixir, Victory Elixir. It's sweet, it's fresh, blue, aquatic. It holds a lot of this essence of the other line, but it's also a good performer. This is going to be good for summers and when the weather gets a little bit warm and you want a little bit of freshness, but which also holds. It's not overbearing sweetness. If there's a fine balance between freshness and sweetness, this is the one. So this is the guide of Invictus so far. And you can check out all the Invictuses in the market, but Invictus Onyx is the one I would not recommend. It's a good fragrance, you know, the limited edition, they are good, but redundant. Okay, they don't really smell in particular very exceptional. And even the platinum one, it didn't work for me. I let it go. And also for my personal liking, this is the one people love, but I feel it's too strong for my weather. Apart from that, I really like the rest of them a lot, but Invictus Elixir Victory is my favorite. Which one is your favorite Invictus? Do you have any favorites, or do you just hate the line or love the line, or you just feel like, okay, you know, it's just like not a must have? So that's it. After a long time Invictus line talk, hopefully you enjoyed it, and do let me know if you find 1 million line better or Invictus line better. Which one is more rich? Take care, have a nice day, see you soon, and good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Bye bye.